This is our 30th year scholarship brunch that we take pride in because we provide scholarships for students throughout this state, specifically our two HBCUs. And we're proud that we've been able to do this for right at 38 years. Well, you know that during trying times, specifically in this time and age, money is difficult for folks to come by. So we figured that we work with families and work with kids throughout our HBCUs to provide them with just that added help. And that's why we're here.
Certainly it's an honor to stand before you and welcome you and bring greetings on behalf of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus Foundation. We certainly, those of us who work in that role, work with the caucus to underwrite and program many of the community programs. Certainly that these members, they partner with us. I'll tell you, it's been a banner year. And very briefly, we had an opportunity this year to be in Washington, D.C. and have our first inaugural leadership forum, thanks to Congressman Troy Carter for working with us and hosting. And it was a phenomenal event. We do events throughout the year. This is our culminating event, and so we don't want the program to be long. So I would ask all of the foundation board members, would you please stand to be recognized?
Greetings, and I am excited to be here. Our students represent the commitment of the caucus to ensure opportunities for all. In spite of their station in life, today's honorees reflect the essence of the Black Caucus, each demonstrating a fervent commitment to enhance their quality of life and promote economic and educational advancement in the communities we serve. We honor Southern University and Grambling State University, who have collectively given rise to a multitude of the world's greatest minds in service to mankind. We welcome all the students, their families, alumni, and leaders of Southern University and Grambling State University to this auspicious occasion. The annual Jazz Brunch is the signature fundraiser for the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus and is earmarked and purposed to provide scholarships to the students throughout the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus districts across Louisiana. Your presence this morning attests to the necessity of this noble tradition. As we continue the 38th annual Bayou Classic Scholarship Brunch, we are also celebrating our 56th anniversary of the establishment of the caucus. The purpose of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus is to raise the quality of life of African Americans and the indigent through legislation, education, economic development. Our priorities include implementing and promoting policies that allow all citizens fair and open access to education and economic opportunities.
Good morning. Good morning. It is indeed an honor to stand before you to bring greetings on behalf of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus at our 38th annual Bayou Classic Brunch. Now, earlier there was a whole lot of distractions, and I think some of you didn't see the Black Caucus members that have fought tirelessly for equal pay, healthcare initiatives, and the many things that we did, real difficult task. And I'd like to ask these members to stand again and give them a round of applause. All of the legislators, current and those that have been elected, would you please stand and please. We've had some difficult times, but we've got a lot accomplished. And it's because of those members and the members of the caucus that we were able to withstand the concerns and issues that we face in Louisiana. For 46 years, the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus has been dedicated to forwarding the cause of African Americans in Louisiana through legislation, economic development, and of course, education. There is no doubt of the impact to historically black colleges and universities, not just on our state, but on our nation as a whole. According to the UNCF, even though HBCUs make up only 3% of the country's colleges and universities, they enroll 10% African American students and produce almost 20% of all African American graduates. That's why for the past 39 years, the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus Brunch has been a staple event as we continue to commit and support and investing in education for black students throughout the scholarship program. As a proud alumni of the Southern University, while I am always eager to witness the biggest and the best rivalry of football on the field, Southern University and Grambling State University, I am even more excited to see our students rival in the classrooms and beyond. Although this is my last term as Louisiana State Representative, it has been my pleasure, profound pleasure, to work with the Bayou Classic Brunch, and I look forward to continuing my support. Again, thank you for joining us today and congratulating the Bayou Classic for its 50th year of Black HBCU's excellence on display. And again, thank you all for coming.
Our support in sponsorship is highest the last 2 years than ever before. And because of such, and because of people like Maxine and others on the board, we have doubled the number of scholarships that we have been continuing to give. Double not only the number, but the amount of the scholarships to those recipients.
Look, I was just talking to Vincent, and by the way, thank you very much for your leadership of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus. Appreciate that, Vincent. I thank all the caucus members. I believe I've made every brunch since I've been governor, several from before, always a highlight of my year. I just want to start off by thanking everybody in this room for working with us over the last 8 years to turn our state around, get us moving in the right direction in so many areas. It would not have been possible without you. And I want to start off, we're here for two great universities. I know we have President Rick Gallo in the room from Grambling State University. Rick, congratulations, because he will be the next president of the University of Louisiana system. Speaking of systems, we have President Shields here from the only HBCU system in the country. So President Shields, thank you for your work. And President Shields, I just have to tell you, Rick Gallo told me that system ain't going to do you a bit of good today. I want to thank Cynthia Buggage for her work in leading the foundation as well, and the work that's been happening. Look, I am excited to be here with you today. Regina mentioned some of these things. They would not have been possible without you, but I will leave the next governor with more than 3 times the highest amount in our bank accounts that any governor has ever had. It'll be more than $3.2 billion in the bank. With a balanced budget that invests more in education than any budget in the history of the state of Louisiana. Having expanded Medicaid, where we have more people insured than ever before, and in fact, our uninsured rate is lower than the national average. We're going to lead with the highest personal income, the greatest domestic product that we've ever had, but also we're going to leave office and we will not be #1 in the nation for incarceration rates in Louisiana. I'm excited about that. So there's tremendous accomplishments, and I do want to tell you that while we've increased our investments in education at all levels, pre-K, K through 12, higher education, the growth in our HBCUs on a per student funding level has actually been greater than it has been elsewhere in higher education. And that's something that was important to me. It was intentional because I know that there has been systematic underfunding for a long time. So as I leave office, I do want to tell you that I am well aware that I could not have done those things without the people in this room, particularly the Legislative Black Caucus, my most consistent supporters. But I also would have never been governor had it not been for African American voters in the state of Louisiana. And I thank you all for that. And I'm just going to say that this is my last Black Caucus brunch of my first term. I'm sorry, of my second term. I don't have any other announcements to make today about that. But everything is possible, huh, Terry? Look, 50 years. I want y'all to think about the game, the 50th Bayou Classic today, the 39th brunch. I appreciate you all for sticking with it, for being strong, for being resilient, for making this state a better place. And as I think it was, who was it earlier that said that the conscience of the legislature? Jason Hughes said that. I think that is right. I think that is right. So I'm encouraging all of the Black Caucus members, including those who are newly elected, to continue to be the conscience of the Louisiana legislature. Thank you all so much, and God bless.
To all of my former colleagues and all of the members of the Legislative Black Caucus, thank you for your service and for all of the work that you all continue to do to represent the interests not only of HBCUs but of the state of Louisiana. Governor, I can't thank you enough for that $3.2 billion you're leaving so that they can appropriate that to higher education, right, Commissioner Reed? Yes. And certainly want to recognize also, in addition to Commissioner Reed, Bill Whelan, who is the president of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, our accrediting body. That's not one of the things that ever gets headlines unless you lose your accreditation. Then you get headlines for that. So we certainly appreciate Dr. Whelan, who is a New Orleans native, for being here as well. Look, this is the 50th Bayou Classic. We are excited about not only selling out the Battle of the Bands and Greek show last night, selling out the game today, but seeing the level of investment from Procter & Gamble and many of our other corporate sponsors for our game today. At the end of the day, this is about providing resources, necessary resources for students at Grambling State University and at Southern University. So we thank all of you for your support of our students, of our institutions. We're looking forward to the game today. Go Tigers.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me start by thanking the Legislative Black Caucus for all the work they've done over all the years. And for warmly embracing me. This is my second Bayou Classic, and I went through the first legislative process this last year, and it is absolutely amazing the passion with which your group supports HBCUs and Southern University in particular. I'd also be remiss if I didn't let you know that I've had the pleasure of interacting with the governors of 6 different states. You are absolutely correct that Governor John Bell Edwards is one of the best to come down the pike. I've appreciated his support of higher education. We are on a different footing than we were when he came into office, and we'll move forward from there. I'd also like to acknowledge the members of our Board of Supervisors for the Southern University that are here this morning. Chairman Myron Lawson, Mrs. Christy Reeves, Raymond Fondell, and the Reverend Sam Tolbert. I think that's everybody that's here. Thank you for your passion and support of all that we do at Southern. Now, I know there's a time limit, and like a lot of lawyers, it's a little dangerous giving me a mic, but I will end there and close with just thanking everyone in this room for the warm embrace of this small-town Iowa boy that showed up here a few months ago, and appreciate the support that you give to higher education, and particularly our HBCUs. We have a lot of work left to do, but a great team to do it with. Thank you.
You know, you've heard the saying before, it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to build a community. It takes a village to uplift these 2 incredible universities who are known not only for their athletic prowess, which we will see a little bit later today, but they're also known for their academic prowess, because that's ultimately what it's all about, making sure that we're fighting for and preserving HBCU's excellence. The excellence of our young people, the excellence of what they do when they leave these great institutions to become leaders in every field of endeavor. I hail Grambling State University and Southern University for your incredible leadership, to our presidents, to our board of directors, to the foundation. Hats off to you for your great work. God bless you. Keep doing great work. Now, for what I was here for. We talk about the significance of our HBCUs. And heretofore, we've had people talk about the significance, but I'm proud to stand here to say that the United States Congress and the Congressional Black Caucus and the Biden-Harris administration have made an investment in HBCUs that's the largest that's ever been made in the history of HBCUs, $1.7 billion. $1.7 billion to HBCUs across our country. 3.6 right here in the state of Louisiana. That's significant. When you talk about what it means for the advancement of our young people, what it means for the advancement of our institutions, what it means about not just talking about it, but actually doing it, putting our money where our mouth is. Significance, highlighting and recognizing the beauty and the strength of our HBCUs, making sure that we fight for working people, making sure that we provide resources, rather it's the Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure bill that brought $1.2 trillion pumping into our great state, the largest investment in capital projects since the creation of the interstate system. Let that sink in. $1.2 trillion, the largest since the investment in the creation of our interstate system. And I could not have a better partner. I could not have a better partner here on the ground than the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus. I could not have a better partner in our governor, John Bell Edwards. Give him another round of applause. Because, you know, we go to Washington, we fight for resources, and we shovel it home, but somebody's got to catch the ball. And I'm proud to say that this governor has caught the ball. Not only has he caught the ball, he's thrown a touchdown over and over and over again, and he's had one heck of a team in the Legislative Black Caucus to make these things happen. We've got to keep that momentum going. We've got to keep pushing to make sure that, rather it's the CHIPS and Science Act, that we've made a hallmark of leaning in, leaning forward, and depending on our own businesses to create jobs and opportunities. Last week, we announced a $100 million grant to do EV batteries right here in the state of Louisiana, in St. Gabriel. Money coming into Louisiana has been unprecedented, recognizing that we matter, you matter. But I'm going to touch on a subject real quick, and I'm going to take my seat. This will be the first time I say it. I'm going to say it 2 more times before I actually take it. But we got to vote. Because elections have consequences. We got to vote, brothers and sisters. We've got to vote. We cannot have elections determined with 15, 20, and 25% turnout. When we vote, we win. And when you stay home, we lose. You've got to vote. You've got to push the button. You've got to call a friend, tell a friend, encourage everyone that there's nothing more significant than exercising that sacred right to vote. When we vote, we win. And lastly, as I take my seat, You may have seen in the paper today yet another bad ruling from the courts as it relates to our quest to create a well-deserved second minority-majority congressional district in Louisiana. We have to keep fighting. We have to make sure that we do everything possible to make sure everyone understands math is math. African Americans represent 1/3 of the state of Louisiana, yet we have one member of Congress in our delegation of 6 that look like me. We've got to stay vigilant. We've got to stay on our jobs to make sure that we're paying attention, and we've got to lean in on the legislature to draw maps that will allow 2 African Americans to be elected to the United States Congress from Louisiana. This is a must. So as we get ready to enjoy the game, remember those key points. Let's vote, let's keep voting, and let's keep pushing and working for that second congressional map that will allow us to have 2 African Americans in a state that clearly has the numbers to support it. 1/3 of 6 is not 1, it's 2. We deserve 2 members to serve in United States Congress. Last, as I sit down. Now, there's going to be a game that's going to happen today, and I know we're sharply divided on Grambling or Southern, but remember this. At the end of the day, there will be, clearly, someone's going to have more points than the other. But remember, there are no losers in this bout. There are no losers in this bout because while we fight for academics and our athletics, we fight for the very soul of HBCUs and the leadership that it brings. God bless you and have a fantastic Bayou Classic.
So I am so honored and delighted to be able to actually talk about this gentleman that I've come to know very well, Chief Murphy Paul. Former Louisiana State Police officer for 26 years before being appointed by Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome in 2018 to serve as our Chief of Police of Baton Rouge. He has led this department with courage, tenacity, and requiring and demanding accountability of all of his officers. When he first took office, his commitment was to change the relationship with law enforcement and the community. He enacted several programs to establish that relationship, one including a community advisory board where members of the community would have the opportunity to come in and to learn the roles of the department and then serve as eyes and ears for the department in terms of developing a better relationship. Recently, we experienced a tumultuous situation in the city of Baton Rouge where accusations were made, and this chief of police stood tall and demanded that this department would run with a level of credibility and that we will get to the bottom of the issue. Please join me. He is a father of 5. Please join me in welcoming Chief Murphy Paul as a champion for our city and the state of Louisiana. The award reads, Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus and the Louisiana Black Caucus Foundation Champion Award in recognition of outstanding excellence, honoring Chief Murphy J. Paul Jr. with great appreciation of your many years of dedication and commitment. Thank you for giving above and beyond, serving the people of Louisiana on the 25th day of November on behalf of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus and the Foundation. Thank you so much, Chief Murphy Paul.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
Champion Award. And this individual has no idea, but he's been a champion in this state for several years, and he has done great things, not only for the city of New Orleans, but for the state of Louisiana, and I'd ask for Representative Delicia Boyd to join me in this presentation.
Is it still morning? Good morning again. So this is not on the program, but we could not let this day go by without acknowledging the nearly 25 years, or really nearly 30 years of service from our friend, protector, Colonel Lamar Davis. We appreciate you. He didn't know he was getting this award. He looks shocked right now.
He looks shocked.
But we appreciate you. Your service started in the United States Army. You stood strong on this invisible line to protect us, to serve our community. We appreciate you. We're definitely going to miss you. Would you please come forward?
Good morning. As you can see, I'm not prepared for this, but I would be remiss if I did not recognize the few people that really played a vital role in my growth and in my service. I got to start with that man right there, Colonel Terry Landry. You know, oftentimes when we receive accolades and we achieve accomplishments, we think that we have done this ourselves. And I'll be the first to tell you that without many of you and without him, I wouldn't be up here tonight or this morning. So I've got to thank him. I've got to thank my wife, but really thank all of you all from the Black Caucus. That man sitting over there, Gerald Boudreaux, he challenged me. Cleo Fields challenged me to be a better leader, be a better man. And that, again, is the inspiration that I lead with. So I want to, again, thank you all for this award, but thank you all for what you've invested in me, what you've invested in our agency, and what you continue to invest in our communities. This is what it's all about. And I cannot say thank you enough to my governor, John Bell Edwards, for giving me this opportunity, but also showing me what true leadership is. And I've thanked him on many of occasions. I remember one specific instance whereby he was going home for the weekend. And I felt like I was tired. I had a lot. It was a tough week that week. And I saw Miss Alicia hand him about 7 to 8 binders. And I said, "What's that for?" He said, "That's my homework." That inspired me and let me know I needed to do more. And that was the foundation for me to continue to lead. So, Governor, thank you. Thank you all for your leadership. Thank you all for caring for our communities. But thank you for your support of me and our agency. God bless.
Hello, my name is Tamikio Terrestrial. I'm originally from the city of Donaldsonville, Louisiana. If you're not familiar with my community, I would say that it's smack dab in the middle of Baton Rouge and New Orleans. I am a 2-time graduate of the Southern University and A&M College of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Thank you. And I received my bachelor's degree in finance in 2021, and I also just received my master's in business administration from the College of Business just recently in May. So that's a little bit about me. I always wanted to start these conversations with like a word that we can hold on to, right? Grateful. Thanksgiving is a season of gratefulness. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be surrounded by so much family, so many friends. I'm also grateful to be here. I was a little sick this past weekend, so we made it. We're back. I wasn't able to get to work, but I was able to get here. So, crazy, right? But this is a season of gratefulness, and I want you guys to hold on to that. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have received a scholarship from the Bayou Classic around 2014 to 2015. I received the scholarship, was able to attend the Southern University and A&M College. I was able to continue building those relationships and being surrounded by my loved ones as I continued to go on. I was a part of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council in the city of Donaldsonville. That's where I was able to practice a lot of skills and orders, such as policies and procedures, Robert's Rules of Order, just being able to articulate myself and really learn those professional development skills, being able to shake hands firmly, being able to make eye contact. And honestly, over time, people started to see not only was I had some home training, but also I was able to really hold on and really able to develop that and push that into my character. After that, I was graced with a lot of other opportunities with the relationships that I developed. I was a part of the Louisiana Legislative Youth Advisory Council, where I was able to compete and generate conversation with some of the most talented students within the state of Louisiana. Afterwards, I went on to work as a legislative page and aide for the Senate and House side. I was able to continue and build those relationships and just move on. And currently, I am a fiscal analyst at the state capitol in the legislative fiscal office located on the 18th floor of the state capitol. So just over time, I've really been able to sit next to some of the most powerful minds, most stimulating minds within the state, and able to call people who you would really believe to be famous family. So like Aunt Vera, Uncle Price, Uncle Carter, and a couple other people in the room. So I really just want to say thank you. I really want to say that I am so grateful to be here, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the future for the next scholarship recipient of this reward. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, let's give Miss Tamika another hand of applause. You can see that she's really grown and blossomed since being with us and receiving that scholarship. This is the moment we have been waiting for. Our 2023 scholarship recipients. Presentations of HBCU video essay scholarship recipients. Representative Larvadan and Representative Candace Newell, would you please come to the stage?
Good morning, good morning. Again, I'm State Representative Candace Newell, joined by State Representative Edward Larvadan. First, a little housekeeping. I would like to acknowledge the Louisiana Policy Institute for Children. They have been a constant supporter of the Black Caucus, at least as long as I've been there, and I'm sure longer. So I just wanted to make sure that we recognize them for their continuous support of the caucus as well as the foundation. Now we're going to have the presentation of our HBCU scholarship recipients. First, we have Miss Layla Cost from Grambling State University. If you're here, please come up. If not, we're still going to clap and acknowledge you. Next, we have Miss Nina Donald from the Southern University. Leah Hebert from Grambling State. Oh, Miss Nina is coming up, all right. And Miss Leah Hebert, Mr. Adrian Turner from Grambling State University, and Destiny Woodard from the Southern University. Next, we have a presentation of specialty scholarship recipients, our specialty scholarship recipients. We have our first generation awardees. We understand the unique challenges it is for a student to navigate the higher education system. But we also understand that these students continue to contribute to the diversity and resiliencies of campuses. That's why we must continue to support DEI programs, as well as these students who are making the trek, being the first of their family to navigate through higher education systems. For our first recipient is Ms. Rashad Singleton from Southern University, and Representative Denise Marcel will be accepting this on behalf. This is, oh, he's here? Okay. I didn't understand, I'm sorry. in acknowledgement of your excellence, efforts, and achievements in being an outstanding student and a recipient of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus HBCU First Generation College Student Scholar Award from the Governor of our great state of Louisiana, John Bell Edwards.
Good morning. Congratulations, Rashad. Rashad is the son of my deceased friend, Rochelle Singleton, and I'm so very proud of him, and I know that she is proud as well. Congratulations, Rashad.
Next, we have Ms. Brejanae K. West from Grambling State University. Is she here? Raise your hand, let us know you're coming up. All right, and next we have our former foster care awardees.
Good morning, thank you. Our awardee is Ms. Sanea Green from the Great Southern University. Please come forward. Let's see if she's here. Sanea Green, okay. If she's not here, we'll make sure the president gets that. The next award goes to Ms. Mary Bryant Lee from Grambling State University. Is that awardee here? Okay, are they here? Is she here? Okay. The final award goes to Mr. Caleb Jackson from Grambling State University. Is Mr. Caleb here? I'll make sure the universities get this. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Likewise, in conjunction with LA Capital Chapter of the Links Incorporated, the caucus recognizes our students who were once in foster care and are currently matriculating at our prospective universities. Would La Capital Links Chapter of the Links Incorporated President, Dr. O'Rourke Allen, and Ms. Mavis Henderson Lewis please join us on stage, as well as Chairman Pierre, President Aubrey, and Mr. November.
Actually, I was just here on behalf of La Capitale, Louisiana chapter of the Links Incorporated, as we have partnered actually for several years with the Louisiana Black Caucus. And we were here actually to give the awards to the foster care students, the former foster care students. And this year we had expanded to include students from Grambling State. So I know that one is in the band and couldn't get away, but I don't know about the other two. So, thank you.
We want to thank you once again for pouring into those children who are in the foster care system. This is something that's very close and dear to my heart and to the caucus heart. And so again, we want to say thank you. So now it is time to acknowledge you.
Former caucus members and all elected officials, please stand.
I see my mayor. Hey, Mayor Brown. Please wave your hand so everybody can see you. We want to thank you for laying the foundation. We are the shoulders that stand on top of you. We appreciate all your leadership throughout the years.
To close out this beautiful event, we have a special presentation from the Reginald Lewis Scholars, Dr. Claire Norris, and the scholars of the University of Louisiana System. Please come forward.
Thank you guys so much for acknowledging us. This program was started about 2 years ago, where we worked really hard at the University of Louisiana System to close the achievement and opportunity gaps for Black males. We created a curated experience for each and every one of them. We've gone to France, we've exposed them to research, and we are just so lucky to have a community that cares. So thank you all for continuing to support us and showing up for us and mentoring us. We do have a special gift. We have a special gift for Representative Pierre. He has been instrumental in moving this program forward, and we recognize that this is sort of his last term, so we just want to make sure that he knows how much we appreciate him.
We now have a special presentation for Ms. Cynthia Buggage. Ms. Cynthia, would you please come to the stage?
All right, guys, we can do a little bit better than that. It takes a lot to put on a program of this magnitude. And she's been working a lot of late hours trying to make sure that this program came off successfully. We appreciate you, Dr. Buggage.
Can I get all the Legislative Black Caucus members, if you're in the room, can you please come forward? This award is presented to Dr. Cynthia Buggage, the Executive Director, in appreciation of your service and dedication and loyal service. Folks, all what you see here today, all what you've seen, the things that we've done under the Legislative Black Caucus, our Executive Director has been instrumental in working with us to ensure that we do the right things for the right reasons and the people we represent are well represented. And I'm very passionate because I can tell you she's been the right hand, my right hand for the past 2 years, and it's just so appreciative of her. And again, this award is presented to Dr. Cynthia Buggage.
Good morning. Is this still morning?
Yes.
I want to say thank you guys. Thank everyone for being here, making this a successful event. The Black Caucus members work very hard. I work hard, but they work even harder because they have to be in the front with the constituents. And so when people put you in office, they expect things from you. And so then I expect things from me to make sure that they are doing what they have to do and to look good as they're doing it. Thank you guys because you all have made me look good today.
I also want to recognize our program sponsor, Venture Global, LNG. Thank you all, and thank you all for sponsoring our program. Listen, we were working real hard to ensure that you guys get to this game and get to the game on time. I want to thank everyone that attended. I think we have record attendance today. 50 years of the Bayou Classic. Thank you all. It has been a pleasure for me to serve as chairman. It has been a pleasure for our caucus to work with you all to ensure that we're doing all the great things for the people we serve. And again, thank you all for coming. And y'all have a great day. As we say, laissez des bon temps rouler. Let's make it happen. Listen, the Legislative Black Caucus has taken on some strong issues, specifically equal pay for women, specifically minimum wage, and of course the healthcare issues that we face throughout our state. Policing is an issue, several issues that the Legislative Black Caucus has stand strong in to ensure that we do the right thing.